snow falls like confetti. Wild trout glide back and forth lazily in slow, deep pools. It's the beginning of January, but these pools are open, fishable. This is a winter unlike any I've seen here in Colorado, because we've had more 60-degree days than days below freezing. So, as the snow begins to fall, it kind of feels like a lie, like a temporary return to normal. There's something so magical about fishing in these conditions, though, so I wanted to make the most of it. I wanted to pretend that it was winter again. Welcome back to another Flicky Flies film. As I arrive riverside, I'm greeted by what I can reasonably assume is a lucky bald eagle. They do know where the fish are, after all. At this point, I'm using spaghetti and meatballs. A San Juan worm is the spaghetti, and the meatball is an egg. This was supposed to be my challenge for the day, to fish only with my Italian Sunday dinner here, but we'll see how it plays out as the day stretches on. Sure is beautiful out here. It's been a crazy winter here in Colorado. You can barely call it winter, in fact. It's like January 8th right now, and still unfrozen for the vast majority of the stretch of this river. You know, starting to get a tiny little bit of slushy ice on the side here. But in all my time here, I've never once seen the river be fishable this late into the year. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's been like 50, 60 degrees for like a lot of the days this whole winter. And this is one of our first, I think it's like our second significant snowfall. So I thought it would be fun to get out here on a pretty day and fish some disgusting flies and see if we can wrangle up some trout. I'm trying to cast with like big open loops because I've already had a couple of yard sales where the egg, starts spinning around the indicator and the San Juan worm, and I've had to retie. It's been kind of a pain, honestly. I've always fished tenkara in the wintertime, and I think that's actually a very effective method for the winter. As long as you can reach the fish. Basically do like tight line nymphing with little tungsten beads, drop a little midge below that. It's pretty effective. And you don't have to worry about your guides icing up. It's not even that cold today, but I'm already having some of that going on as well. I was hoping there'd be fish up here in the faster water, but they never showed up. I moved upstream a few miles. I hadn't even seen a fish yet, actually, but I figured I'd find them eventually. The snow was really coming down at this point, and it sure was beautiful. Dead calm, too. I love winter days like this one. Like I mentioned, finding where the fish were was the name of the game, so off I went to continue the search. This was definitely the best looking spot yet. A very deep hole tucked against a towering cliff. Surely, I'd find a fish here. So I switched up to just a little dry dropper setup. Pretty big dry on top. I don't anticipate that getting eaten whatsoever, but I put maybe 3.5 feet of tippet below that with just a little size 18 waltz worm in black. I don't know. I saw those fish up there, maybe 30, 40 feet up here, and obviously didn't catch one. I'm really worried that the indicator is spooking fish. I'm also worried that I'm just not getting the flies down. So I lengthened up the tippet, put on something smaller, put on something a little more minimal, a little stealthier, and we're gonna run through here again. There's definitely a good chance that I may have spooked these fish already, but there's probably some more that I haven't seen as well. So we'll give her a shot, and hopefully the fish are in the mood for something a little smaller and a little more well presented. Snow's been coming and going. Looks like there might be another little band coming through here. It is nice to enjoy the winter weather out here, that's for sure. Very pretty day today. Here's a fish. It's coming into his lane right now. I like this drift. There we go. Finally, been working hard out here on this beautiful winter day. Well, we're hooked up, baby. Hooked up to a nice rainbow. Beautiful cliffside pool. Nice sized fish. Got him on our little waltz worm, the trusty waltz worm. It always works. Heck yes. There we go. A little sluggish, but he's putting in a good effort. Beautiful, beautiful fish too. All right, heck yes. I figured I'd have some luck once I found where the fish were schooled up, but this felt good. The snow looked to be letting up, and I was feeling like I needed a boost to keep fishing hard. It's coffee time. I'm so happy I caught that fish, and I think now is a good time to show you something else that I'm really interested in besides nature and fishing, and that is good coffee. So this is the ZP6 by Easy Presso. This is an extremely high quality, all aluminum, machined, beautiful manual coffee hand grinder. And the advantage of a manual coffee grinder is that the burrs that are located inside here can be very, very high quality and give you a very consistent grind on your coffee beans. And you don't have to deal with electricity, motors, the bulk and the complexity of an electric hand grinder. So kind of what you end up with is something that's portable, something that doesn't require any power, and perhaps most importantly for me, something that will give you an extremely high quality cup of coffee very consistently. So like I said, this one's the ZP6. This is a pour over specific grinder. So essentially this is for pouring water over the coffee grinds, right? And creating just a kind of nice traditional cup of coffee. It's not for espresso. This one is specific for that style of pour over coffee. So this particular grinder is a little bit niche, but what it does do, it does extremely well. And what I think I'm most excited about is being able to take this down to the river, wherever I'm fishing, wherever I'm camping, and just having something that's self-contained and to be able to make some really nice coffee in some really beautiful places. I think that this providing that capability is really cool and really fun. So I'm gonna make some really beautiful Ethiopian Geographer natural process coffee today. It's really, really lightly roasted. If you've never tried pour over coffee with really high quality, interesting beans, you absolutely should give it a go. Go to some specialty coffee shop nearby and just order a pour over of something from Africa. I think African beans, they tend to have this crazy fruity, juicy quality to them that's really interesting. And if you've only ever had regular roasted coffee that's maybe medium or a little darker roast with sugar and milk, etc. in it, I think you'll be surprised and perhaps pleasantly surprised by the experience. So yeah, let's put this grinder to the test here, and I'm gonna grind up these beans. I've got a little portable coffee maker with me. I've got my propane stove. We're gonna heat some water up and get going. That was an awesome little coffee break there. Gave the fish a chance to reset as well. I know there's more than one in here, so let's see how many more we can pick up. Man, fishing with this dry dropper is so much nicer than fishing with that indicator. Do you guys fish indicators? I know there's tons of people out there that just fish indicators and then, 2 or 3 nymphs below. But good Lord, I was getting tangled up pretty much non-stop. It was kind of brutal and kind of not very fun for me. Not to mention the presentation of that bobber plopping up against the water. Just did not inspire confidence. There's those New Zealand wool indicators. Do any of you guys use those for a little bit of daintier presentation in the wintertime when you're not really trying to throw a big indicator, but you want something to hold up a nymph or two? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really messed around with nymphing in the winter. Give me some advice. What do you guys do in the wintertime? Switch to Euro nymphing? Honestly, seems like Tenkara is a little bit better in the winter to me so far, but whatever. We're having a good day out here, right? And it's not always about catching the most fish anyways. It's just about getting out there. But hopefully we can land more than one today. I couldn't hook another fish here, so I kept working upriver.
This pool had a lovely set of rapids dumping in. The whitewater spray covered this fallen log in a thick layer of ice. It's little details like these that always keep me excited in winter.
It's a really cool spot here. Waterfall with the river splitting into two. It's getting deeper the further I go up here. I think we're going to find a fish.
This rod I'm using today is my absolute favorite. It's the Orvis Superfine Graphite, and this one's a 4-weight. I admittedly haven't used a ton of high-end rods, but dude, this thing casts so beautifully. The rod is so light and well-balanced, can handle bigger fish when needed, but still feels surprisingly nimble on modest-sized fish as well. In this reel I have, the Bat and Kill, it's a perfect match. I only receive a small cut, but if you're considering this rod that I genuinely love for your own rotation, I've put a pop-up on screen and a link in the description for you to purchase both rod and reel from. Commissions like these go a long way to supporting my channel, so thanks for the consideration. I had one more attempt left in me. The light was getting low and I was pretty chilled. Lucky for me, I just found the honey hole.
Oh, I see a fish a couple feet to the right of where my dry fly is. Super, super deep hole here. It's going to be stacked. It's just going to be a matter of, can I get a bite? Okay, pretty good drift here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of rainbows in here actually. They're all coming into focus. Come on guys. There we go, here we go. Oh my gosh, yeah, there's a ton down there. Here we go. Oh gosh. The waltz worm has drifted by many a fish now. Kind of makes me want to throw a little midge on the end. Yeah, screw it. I don't want to take any more casts and potentially spook these fish. I mean, there's like literally like over a dozen right in here. Some nice size fish too. So let me pop a little midge onto the end here and see if that doesn't help us pick up some more fish. There we go. Not a great hook set. But yeah, he did in fact pick up the midge. Saw the dry fly just dab just a tiny, tiny bit. Decided to set the hook. That's what it takes with winter fishing a lot of the time. When in doubt, always set. Always set. There we go. Fish number 2. Took a while, but we got it. Snow's moving back in. We got the deepest hole yet with tons of fish. Life is good. I was thinking I was going to end the day with just one and a nice cup of coffee. But looks like we got our third on the board already, and I think we're going to get some more out of this hole. Popped off. That's all right. They're just literally crawling with fish down here, so back in we go. But yeah, man, I would have been satisfied, just catching that one, having a nice day out here in the winter. I haven't fished in probably 3 or 4 months, so it was awesome just to get back out in the water again. Fish or no fish. There we go. Alright, fish number 3.
This will be my last fish today. As the sun set behind a thick blanket of gray, another band of heavy snow moved in. This had been a lovely day, full of winter charm and hot drinks, of casting and clear water, and a few fish to boot. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.